Hello Internet, I'm Comic Book Girl 19 and today I'm going to be reviewing Superman vs. Batman while also doing a tutorial of how to create your very own knotted pearl necklace.
What? What's your problem?
I have a personal problem, okay? Because I am so tired of every fucking cinematographer using the imagery from Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns of the pearls going everywhere, so much so that I went out and I bought this string of pearls before I saw the movie, knowing that they were going to do the pearl scene, and this is my brainchild from months ago. I'm like, oh, I know how to review this movie, because I don't really want to review it because it's not a great movie, so what are you gonna do? So I want to make it interesting for myself and also troll the internet and do this mashup. Okay, because we have to see his parents die, I guess, in every movie, I guess. His parents die and Uncle Ben. I don't know who's died more, Uncle Ben or Batman's parents? That's a good question, Internet. Get on it and let me know in the comments below.
I don't get it.
Okay, so this is something that's always bothered me. I used to work at a bead store, okay? And so I know that pearl necklaces, if you have real pearls, they are individually knotted in between each pearl. So if your string breaks, you only lose potentially one pearl, okay?
So you're saying that was a cheap
Yes,
pearl?
I'm saying that Batman's dad is a cheap motherfucker, is what I'm saying. And that pisses me off because look at their mansion. They're out at the opera, but he can't buy his wife a fucking nice set of pearls. Today, I want to make sure that everyone knows how to make their own pearl necklace so when they're murdered in front of their child, they don't lose their pearls.
Sounds like a personal problem.
I want to pour all of my estrogen onto this masculine dumpster fire of a movie. I'm just having fun with this. I'm having fun today. I'm just gonna have fun today. I'm gonna be a woman. I'm gonna make a necklace. I'm gonna talk about Batman vs. Superman. I'm wearing a dress. I got my hair done. There's nothing more feminine than pearls. All right, these are very fertile symbols. Please make your pearl necklace jokes in the comments below. All right, so first up, we're gonna get some silk bead cord. Beadalon makes different colors and different sizes. I got a 4 and a 6 and a 2 here. I'm gonna go with the 2. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna undo the string and then I'm gonna stretch it out because you wanna pre-stretch your string because if later on you're wearing your pearl necklace and the pearls are heavy and they stretch it out, then you'll get these gaps and you don't want these gaps in your string, that's fucking lame. And if you get it real wide, you can really feel it stretch when you get wider with it.
Stretching that string, oh girl.
So while I'm stretching the string, let me start off by saying that I don't want anyone to make a bad movie, and nobody wants to make a bad movie, least of all DC. And I love comic book movies. I love the genre. I enjoy watching them mostly. And, I just want to see them take these stories and make them into something like an awesome movie, I want to see DC make awesome movies. I want to see Marvel making awesome movies. I want to see Image. I want to see some Image comics turned into awesome movies. There's a lot of things that I would like to see.
What was the plot of Batman vs. Superman?
Look, dude, there ain't no explaining that plot, all right? Honestly, I was mentally checked out, part of the movie. I was thinking, literally thinking happy thoughts and smiling to myself about things that were, totally unrelated. Totally unrelated. So I couldn't even pay attention. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's so convoluted. It's so ridiculous. You have a messy mashup of Dark Knight Returns, which is awesome, Death of Superman, which ruined the comic book industry, and Zack Snyder. They just put him in a washing machine and let him go, and that's fucking what came out. So once you have your string stretched, what you want to do is you want to get a little piece of tape, and you're going to put a little piece of tape on the end for yourself because you don't want your beads to fall off once you put them on. And if you notice, the Beadalon cord, the silk cord, has a little metal piece on the end here that helps you string your pearls more easily. It's pretty awesome. So once you have your piece of tape secured to your string, you're just going to bead all of the beads onto the string. Am I boring you, robot? Are you bored right now? Beading.
So boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody's gonna watch your BBS.
BBS. Sounds like a That sounds like a STD, you know, like I got BBS. Talk to your doctor about BBS. Fuck.
Did you like Superman?
You know, honestly, I feel bad for Henry Cavill because they don't really give him anything to do or to say. And I don't know, like, this Superman is not my Superman. I'll say that. I will say that. This iteration of Superman, it's not like the loving sun god that I fell in love with. And the thing is with Superman is, like, for a long time, I didn't like Superman. For a long time, I didn't understand his appeal. I thought he was just some big blue Boy Scout, and that was not what I was interested in. And, you know, it took Grant Morrison's All-Star Superman, and I read that, and I was like, I've been so wrong. Superman is amazing. He's here to love all of us and teach us about things, and, like, I was such a fool for not understanding this character. The first biggest mistake that DC Warner Brothers made with this whole franchise is not getting the character of Superman right. Like, this, I don't know who this guy is. Like, I don't know who this guy is, and that's a problem. Man of Steel was making Superman into Batman. It's a masculine, patriarchal Superman of people who don't understand, like, compassion and love and hope. And the whole point of Superman is that he inspires people to be good, you know? Like, because you finally have this example of absolute power not corrupting somebody. I mean, he's somebody who has absolute power and is not corrupted by it, you know? And, like, that's what's beautiful about him, is that he does have this power and he doesn't misuse it, you know, and that's what's so wonderful and that's what's so inspiring about him. But, you know, that's not what this is. And it's a really missed opportunity because I feel like in these, like, really fucking crazy times that we're going through right now, like, socially, that we could use a symbol of hope. We could use a ray of hope, and to see this potentiality of having a ray of hope turned into something that is dark and turned into something that is, like, depressing in a time that's already kind of dark and depressing, like, it doesn't feed my soul, and that's what Superman's kind of there for. Alright, so next up we're gonna put on some French wire on the end here. I'm gonna just snip a little bit off.
French wire!
French wire.
I love it!
It's gotten to that point now that it's French wire time.
Yes! This is exciting!
This is so exciting.
Oh my gosh!
So
French
exciting.
wire!
The French wire just popped off and went on a party in Monaco and just came back. So, alright. So we got your French wire. We're putting this all the way down, like so.
Wait, there's two wires?
Why
are there two wires?
There's not, well, there's a string and there's a wire. The wire protects, the wire protects the string from wearing, because what you're gonna put on now is a fucking clasp. Okay, so you're gonna put your clasp on, half your clasp.
What does a clasp do?
A clasp holds your fucking necklace on together, dum-dum. All right, the string's getting caught up on the Blanton's horse. Hold on, I got a problem. Okay, so now that we have our French wire, no, we're halfway there. So now we got this going on. We got our French wire going on. We're gonna go back through the whole thing and not individually. So this is really important. Okay, so now that you see, you have your French wire and I've beaded back through here. What I'm gonna do is pull on this, but you see how the French wire, once you pull it back through, you see how it makes a little loop? And how now your string is protected from when, you know, this wiggles, you know, this thing wiggles on here, so it won't break.
Tell me about Batman.
All right, so now let's talk about Batman. Here's the thing about Ben Affleck, is that he really, I do believe that he really does care about the character of Bruce Wayne, because he does have a background in comics. Like, he really does give a shit. You know, he may not be reading weekly issues, whatever, but, like, the guy has a background, you know, and, like, and I really genuinely believe that he wants to do a great job as Batman. So I remember when Batfleck happened, I was there, and everyone freaked out, and everyone's like, it's so terrible, and, like, you know, and I had my reservations too, you know. he did the best. Like, I genuinely believe that Ben Affleck did the best that he could with what he was given. Unfortunately, he wasn't given like amazing, wonderful, great things to do, you know, and that's not on him. Ben Affleck has recently gone through, you know, a highly publicized divorce, you know, and was like cheating with the nanny or something. Like, this whole deal's going on, you know. Although him and Jen seem to be working it out really well. I'm really proud of them. I'm glad they're being cool for the kids, you know, whatever. But like, this movie is supposed to be kind of like potentially like a big thing for him to like help him get his life back and like be on top and #1 and not the bad guy anymore.
Since reviews for the film have come out, and I don't know if you've had a chance to have a look at them or like your response to those, or
No, what are they saying?
well, it's been getting a mixed response.
Ben Affleck is a superior director to Zack Snyder. I mean, I've seen The Town. Like, that was really good. It was really well directed. It was a very solid movie. And it must be extremely frustrating for Ben Affleck to be directed by someone who's not as good as he is, you know? And I heard through my sources that in between, you know, takes, like, Ben Affleck was desperately trying to like rewrite scenes and like come up with ways to save this and figure it out, because I'm sure that he saw as this mess was going on that like shit wasn't coming together, you know, and like, and saw the flaws of like the plot and saw the flaws of everything that was going on and was like, let me help, you know, and he tried. And, you know, you just can't all the time because he's not in charge. I'm sure he did everything that he could, but at the end, you know, the movie just didn't turn out.
I agree.
I see all of the thoughts and feelings and emotions that Ben Affleck went through during the making of this film, during the you know, people receiving this film, and that Sad Fleck video that came out. I tweeted about it. I said the Sad Fleck video had like more drama the entirety of Batman v Superman, which like the Daily Mail picked up and quoted like fucking weirdly enough. But yeah, it's hilarious. Like, he's, you know, Ben Affleck is in this press junket pretending that it's a good movie because you're supposed to, because that's like, you're being professional, you know, I mean, you're in it, you have to promote it. Ugh, like, that's so hard. And the thing with the Sad Fleck video is like, you can't hide it forever because you are doing 200 interviews and eventually you are gonna break. And like, someone caught it and just saw him just being like so bummed on everything that happened, and like I could just see like in his mind he's like, I would have done this, I would have fixed this, I would have fixed this. Going back through the past 2 years that this movie's been going on, you know, whether it's like getting the part, shooting it, being there, you know, seeing the cut of it later on, I could see just everything in his brain just like, I tried so hard to steer this out of a fucking ditch and I failed and it's in a ditch and it's on fire and I'm a part of it and there's like nothing he can do about it. And that sucks. Like, that's a bummer of a feeling, you know, like that's a bummer.
So you feel bad for him?
I do feel bad for Ben Affleck because, like, I know that feeling. Like, I mean, and I know that I will feel that feeling too, you know, because you can't save everything, and every piece of art that you're involved in is not going to turn out the way you want it to. Now we get to the knotting. The knotting is very simple. All you do, just like a regular knot, you do this, bam, you knotted it.
I'd like to not be doing this.
I'm sure everyone agrees with you, but we're doing it. So, okay, so this is your first knotted pearl, and this will help it from never breaking off the string, and when you get murdered, it'll be fine. So you're gonna bring the string back through the next pearl, right? Okay, so here we go. Look, we have a knot in between each pearl. So we're just gonna continue this, where we make a knot and thread it back through, and make a knot and thread it back through, and that's the whole deal. Okay guys, so now that we have most of our necklace beaded here, knotted, there's 2 more pearls left on the end that haven't been knotted. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this piece of tape off.
Wow, that looks like a necklace now.
Almost. And then we're gonna take these 2 beads off. Scary stuff. We did it. All right, cool. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bead these 2 guys back on the other string with the little, so now we're gonna put our 2 beads on with our little beading needle in the hole. Okay, here we go. All right, so now you see that we have this string kind of coming out here, and we got this string, 1 string over here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put another piece of the French wire on. Again, this is like, I don't know, this is like 1/4 of an inch. I mean, it's very small. It's not a lot. And we're gonna bead this on all the way down. And then we're gonna take the other half of our clasp right here, our finding, and we're gonna bead this on like so. All right, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back through like we did last time. And you can give yourself a little bit of room and kind of get it back together. And also, I'm just gonna go ahead and
Where are we? This is the tricky part.
This is the tricky part.
Oh, the pressure's on.
Pressure is on, in fact. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm not going to knot between these two. Like, I like to do my finishing knot at like the second pearl behind because it's like unexpected, you know? So that's why I do the things that I'm doing. I already have this, the finding and the French wire on here. I'm gonna go back through the second pearl without a knot. Sometimes you gotta get your teeth in there.
I don't have teeth.
Yeah, you've got stickers for teeth.
I have stickers for teeth.
So now that we have our last 2 pearls on here and we have our finding for our clasps situated, and you see how the little French wire made that little knot. Now we have these 2 strings. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do some knots on these strings. Go from there. Because you don't want any gaps. So no gaps, good. So now we're just gonna tie a few knots of this and be really thorough about it because, you know, this is kind of where it all, like, turn it over to the other side, do one on the other side, do a few knots here, make it real sturdy in case Joe Chill comes up to you in an alley.
Who's that?
That's the guy who killed Batman's parents.
Joe who?
Chill?
Joe Chill?
I think that's his name. I like Chill stuff. He doesn't sound that as chill as his name suggests.
That wasn't funny.
That's really funny.
That was not funny.
That was my mom joke.
Go home, comic book girl. You're drunk. I'm gonna read you some facts here. Okay, opening weekend.
Yeah.
Batman vs. Superman is the kickoff for 10 more total DC comic films that have been announced in the next 6 years. How do you feel about that?
I mean...
So getting this right is essential to the success of the entire franchise.
Yes. I mean, it's not the worst. I mean, it's not the worst film I've ever seen, you know, but it's not good.
BVS opened to $170 million in the opening weekend. BVS was Warner Brothers' biggest opening of all time. That means the movie's proven to be good because it made money. Huh.
Again, like, I hope the executives aren't just getting drunk and thinking that, like, just because people went and saw this mess, that anybody liked it and that they'll continue to tolerate it. Because I feel like people just went to go see it because you kind of have to. It's like a cultural touchstone. So, I mean, it's exactly how, like, all these, like, Hollywood executive people date. Is like, they just, like, date hot girls, you know, and they don't want, like, you gotta have, like, something in there, you know?
No, I totally disagree. Dating a hot girl because she's hot is the best, most important thing in life.
Yeah,
it doesn't
well,
matter if she's hollow on the inside.
I mean, you can date a hot girl and that's hollow on the inside and have fun for a little while, but you can't build your foundation of an entire franchise upon the sand, okay? The sand of a hot girl. Like, you can't do that. Like, they're trying to build a life for themselves. They're trying to have kids with spin-off movies and, like, you know, have a home and, like, they're doing it with a hot girl that's dumb. Like, it's just like, what? Like, no.
I get it.
Yeah.
So if I get 2 hot girls, then it'll work out for me.
You figured it out. I will give Zack Snyder this. I love the Dawn of the Dead remake that he did. He is an amazing director of photography, okay? I love the way he makes things look. He is able to look at a comic book and translate it to the screen and do a great job at that. Just look at the opening sequence of Watchmen. I mean, if the Watchmen movie was only the opening sequence, it would be the greatest fan film of all time. Like, it's like that, and then I saw the rest of the movie and I was like, fuck. But that opening scene was just hot as fuck. That being the case, I've known that the bubble is going to burst. The Zack Snyder bubble is going to burst, and that's what happened. And I'm not mad about it. After fucking the Superman movie, I knew what this was going to be. I went and saw it. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but cinematography is the most important thing in a movie.
I mean, cinematography is really fucking important, but every fucking ingredient is important. That's the thing. Like, movie making is so hard, okay? It is so difficult to make a movie. If you are not completely in control of everything, like, things can go out of hand really fast. And I feel like that's what happened with this movie. I feel like DC bet on the wrong pony. To their credit, they did let him have his vision. Like, I love seeing a studio allow a director to just go for it and, like, do what he was gonna do. You know, unfortunately, that wasn't what they should have done, you know, but that's just like, sometimes, you know, you gamble and lose. It's like they went to the bead store, and instead of picking, like, just, like, a bunch of beads that look nice together, they went and they bought one of each of the coolest beads they could find, and then strung them all together on one hideous nightmare of a necklace.
Ooh, I want that necklace. Will you make that for me?
For sure. Yeah, we'll get on that. So normally what I would do is I would get some clear coat for nail polish and just kind of put it on this knot, but because I don't have that, I've looked at all my glues that I do have. I have Gorilla Glue, which is too much. That's gonna be crazy. I've got Weave Glue. That's not gonna work. So we're gonna try Liquid Stitch, you know. So we're gonna try a little bit of this on there. See how it goes. This might be dried up too. All my glues are dried up, you know. It's just, I've been gluing stuff lately. I'm tearing shit apart more than gluing things. Anyways, this isn't gonna work. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Just put a little fucking clear coat on there, okay? You get the fucking idea, you fucking assholes. So here is the final step.
The final step?
The final step. You put on your clear coat that I didn't do. You have your you have these two strings still. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get your little beading string killer. And you really wanna get up on there and, like, you know, cut it, like, close. You know, you don't want to, like, sticking out, but you don't want to get too close because you can't get the knot either, you know. Honestly, this whole movie is about looks. It's all about how it looks. It's not about the overall feeling that it gives to the audience. It's not about, like, teaching them something about life, you know. It's just, like, looking cool. I want to see superheroes enjoying using their powers, because if you have something that you're good at, if you have a talent, you love using it. Like, you love using it. Like, it's just the hottest thing you can do, you know? Is just be good at what you're good at. In all of these movies, you get the sense of, like, people are just depressed about it and sad about it, and it's a problem. It's not fun. It's not fun, and I want fun. I like fun. That's why I got into superheroes in the first place. I was a kid when I got into superheroes. And you know what? I didn't get into superheroes to be depressed. I got into superheroes because my life was already depressing as a kid, and I needed something to help get me out of it. So in conclusion, Hollywood not having fun with superheroes and their powers is a huge mistake. I love stories.
Who needs a story?
I need a story. I love stories, and that's the thing that's been lost, I feel like, in our society, is the power of storytelling, and how stories are essentially there to, like, simulate life experiences for you, to empathically put you in these places so that you learn from these stories, like, through a simulation, okay? And so in this movie, what is the lesson to be learned? I don't know what lesson, you know, this is pure entertainment. Like,
badass. This awesome. Dudes are cool.
Dudes are cool, bro.
I'm
Dudes
a dude.
Are cool. You are a dude, and they're cool.
And I'm cool.
Pretty much. This movie is just pure entertainment, and I mean, I guess that's fine for what it is, but that's just not what I'm into personally. And sometimes I am. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I am in it for just entertainment and crazy stuff, whatever. But, like, I feel like it's kind of a misuse of power to, you know, use these characters like this. You know, you want to make a good fucking Batman v Superman movie? Why don't you just do Dark Knight Returns? Just do that comic because everybody loves it. Everybody has a huge boner for it. Like, just do it because it's a fucking good story and it stands the test of time and it fucking works, you know? But the thing is, they can't do that. They can't just do Dark Knight Returns because they haven't set up Superman correctly. You know? It's just, it's a mess. It's a mess.
It's a mess.
The DC universe is a
BVS was a mess.
bad mistake. DC Warner Brothers. Story and characters is the most important thing in a movie, not how it looks. I'm sure it's possible to have a good Batman versus Superman movie. I know it's possible because we live in a universe of possibilities. Anything is possible, you know, anything is possible. And I hate that I have to say, you know, you guys fucked up because, like, I love the fact that Warner Brothers let him have his vision. Like, I love the fact that a studio gave someone a chance to do something. Like, I fucking love that because they usually don't. Like, they don't let people have their visions anymore. And it's just unfortunate that they finally, like, did that and then they gave it to the wrong person.
The next question comes from Connie from Carazo, who says, Dear Comic Book Only 18, do you think that people are adamantly defending this film simply because they love the idea of Superman and Batman so much?
Here's the deal, Connie. I love the first X-Men movie when it came out, and it's terrible because I love the X-Men. And that's just how it's always going to be. You know, if you love something so much and you see it on the big screen finally and you've been waiting your whole life to see it, you're going to love it no matter what, all right? I love that first X-Men movie. I like the second X-Men movie, and they're fucking not good. Okay, now I've had perspective. I look at them and I'm like, this is shit. This is shit. But I was a child and I was just excited to see my friends on screen and I just wanted it so bad. And so that's where it comes from. It comes from a place of love, but it's fucked up. You know, it's like when people couldn't admit that the fucking Star Wars prequels were fucking terrible. I mean, it's a pattern. It's a pattern.
Are we done yet?
Okay, so we're done. We're done.
Yeah!
We've got a
Yay!
pearl necklace. It is knotted individually between each pearl.
All right. Oh, put it on me. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's not gonna fit on your neck. Your neck is like...
I thought you were making this for me the whole time.
No, absolutely not.
Ugh, devil boring.
Here, let me show you the fruits of my labor.
Why do you think I was watching this?
Oh.
I got things to do. I'm out of here.
You can go.
That's beautiful. Now you're on your way to making Batman.
I'm on my way to making Batman! I'm so excited. Oh my god, it looks so good. So thanks for watching my Batman vs. Superman beading pearl necklace tutorial. Beads is excited about it. I'm excited about it. You know, also, Daredevil Season 2 review is coming. I have been plowing through Daredevil, not at a breakneck speed of like one episode a night, maybe. So, you know, I'm not a binge. I have a lot of shit to do. I have a lot of shit to do, and I just don't have time or patience to sit and watch like 13 episodes in one day. So I'm getting through it. I'm about halfway through. I'm excited. Daredevil Season 2. Cheers to that. After this review, I'm going to go straight downstairs and watch another couple of episodes, and you'll be seeing it very soon on my channel. Cheers. So if you like this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr, and all fucking Facebook, whatever you're into, you know, whatever you're into, it's fine.
Get this, okay?
Okay.
Not only did she love Batman vs. Superman, but she said that Zack Snyder was at Stanley Kubrick levels of autism.
No! What? What? What are you talking about?
The name Stanley Kubrick in the same sentence.
She did it.
It tops everything she's ever said.
Oh my god. And Gravity is a piece of shit. Batman, Superman's great, and Zack Snyder, Stanley Kubrick. What the fuck? Jesus Christ.